And we're going to start in, as we always do in our practices, with a nice opening chant, leading me from darkness to light, from ignorance to truth, from my sense of limitation, what? I have no upper body strength, to limitless liberation. We have lots of upper body awareness and strength. So this mantra is Asatoma Sadgamaya mantra. If you know it, chant it along with me. If not, feel free to enjoy the vibration. Three rounds today. Let's start with a long exhale. Inhaling deeply. One long Om to start. Om. The mantra. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoramritam Gamaya Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoramritam Gamaya Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoramritam Gamaya. And we can all join in Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from darkness to light, ignorance to truth, from any sense of limitation to limitless liberation. Bring awareness to the upper body and the core. Notice how you're seated. Is your rib cage jutting forward? Are your shoulders rounding forward? Can you lift them up and back? Let's try a couple times. Roll them forward, up and back. So we know the difference from when they're rolling forward to when they're engaged, hugging the back. I'm talking about the shoulder blades on the back, the scapula. Good. Now, try to find a nice tall seat for pranayama. So this is a seat that the prana can move straight up the spine and not have to curve or round, okay? So as straight as your spine is, some of us have a little curve, lots of curve, but your prana knows how to move through its natural curves, but not unnatural slumping curves. So try to get as tall as you can, pull the ribs in, and lower the shoulders down the back. We're going to practice alternate nostril breathing today. No hands, index finger to thumb is the mudra to enhance the prana moving through the body. So we'll inhale left nostril with no hands. Try it with me. Exhale right nostril. You can engage Ujjayi breath with this. Inhale right nostril. Makes it a little trickier using the Ujjayi, right? Exhale left. That's one round. We have 4 more. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. What's happening to your shoulders, to your ribs? Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. I'll do one more round with you, one on your own. Inhale left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Now, one on your own. Wonderful. All right, to explain a little more about the upper back, I'm going to show you where the serratus anterior is. Reach your right arm forward. Take your left arm, wrap it around the ribs. Pull your right arm back, so towards the wall behind you, pulling your shoulder back. Now you're going to feel it turn on. Drop your shoulder down. Did you feel a muscle pump up right around here? Right around this area? That's your serratus, right? And that muscle is excellent for giving you scapular stability, keeping the shoulder blades on your back so that your shoulders don't roll forward in your posture, so that your posture stays nice and open. And over time, you don't increase a kyphotic curve and your big hump in your upper back. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working on in the next hour, is really turning on this muscle, turning on the rhomboids. When they act together, they're synergists for keeping the shoulders on the back. Okay, and that's about as technical as I'll get in the class. I'll try to stick with upper body strength and lower body strength, because I know it can get a little bit confusing. So we're going to take the arms out to the sides and then bend the elbows at a 90-degree angle. So see if you can get your wrists above your elbows. Now, what happened to your ribs? Did they jut forward? Can you pull them in? Oh, how does it feel when you pull them in? Did your shoulders rise to your ears? Let's do a little experiment here. So lower the shoulders down as you pull in the ribs and hold that position. This little isometric contraction here. Pull in the belly and lower the shoulders. Breathe. 5 ujjayi breaths. Try not to let your elbows slump. Keep the ribs in, shoulders down. Three more breaths. Are your shoulders getting tired? Certainly your deltoids are working, but also we want to transfer some of that weight into our upper back, because our upper back has giant muscles to help us. Bring your elbows back a little bit more and drop them down. Good. Inhale, stay here. And exhale, twist right. Belly right, ribs right, heart right. Then turn the head right. 5 ujjayi breaths. Watch your shoulders. Now you're working your oblique strength, your side abdominal strength, and still working on your upper back. If you start to round in the shoulders, bring your elbows back a little bit and lower the shoulders down. We're going to learn another trick for that in a few moments. Tilt your hands back a little bit to bring the scapula, your shoulder blades, down into your back, hugging your back a little more. Good. And inhale, come back to the center. So what I meant by tilting them back is kind of tilt them back this way a little bit. You could even kind of turn the palms up. That'll turn your scapula in, your shoulder blades in towards the spine. Here we go to the left. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist belly left, ribs left, heart left, head left. Notice what starts to happen with your left shoulder. Is it rolling in? Can you start to roll it back? That can be a tightness in the relationship between the serratus and the obliques. There's some connection there to the ribs for sure. Ribs are connected to your side abdominal muscles, and serratus are connected to your ribs. So there's a lot of connection here. A lot of domino effect going on. Good, one more breath. Inhale, come back to the center and relax the arms. Let's take a little side bend to loosen up the side body. Walk your right hand over to the right. and lift the left arm up. Now watch what happens to your left shoulder. Can you keep the left shoulder down, lower the shoulder down into the joint, and lift your left ribs. But keep the shoulder away from the ear. So you're even strengthening more through the upper back. And you're certainly strengthening your side body. Keep your ribs in. Notice that they're jutting forward. So if your hands are moving and then your ribs move, your tail is wagging the dog, I like to say. I think that's actually from a famous anatomist, Leslie Kaminoff. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Oh, that side feels nice and open. Let's try the other side. Walk the left hand over and then reach your right arm up. Don't lift the shoulders. See what that looks like? Keep it down and reach the arm over. Good. Now, puff up your ribs. Lift your ribs to the sky, but keep the shoulder in its place. After just one of these sessions, you're going to feel a lot more freedom in your chest and your neck. This really frees up the neck. And a lot of strength in your core. One more breath. Inhale, come back to the center. Change the feet a little bit, especially if they were getting tired or numb, right, from sitting. I'm going to try another little exercise here. So bring the arms back up, lower the shoulders down, and then pull the ribs in. We're going to feel what it feels like to bring the bottom part of the scapula in towards the spine, to hug the spine, bringing your shoulder blades on. So I want you to turn your fingers in and back. Right, in and back. Do you feel the shoulders dropping down? Good. Inhale. Exhale, turn them in. Inhale, let's take them all the way out now, all the way out to the sides. Now turn them in. You really feel it here, right? Feel the shoulder blades turning down. In. Exhale, turn your pinkies in towards your face, but keep the elbows high, lower the shoulders, watch your ribs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and then exhale, lower the hands to the floor, but keep them at a nice 90-degree angle here. Inhale, lift your forearms, upper arms stay stable. Exhale, lower. You feel the energy in your upper back? Mine's getting warm. Inhale, watch your ribs. Exhale, inhale. Good, two more. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Then inhale and shake it out. Ooh. All right, nicely done. We're going to feel a little bit more in cat-cow position, but it won't be cat-cow. It'll be a chest version of cat-cow. So it won't be the beloved cat-cow where our belly rises and falls. We're going to try to do it just in the rhomboid muscles. Your rhomboid muscles are right between the shoulder blades. So we're going to try to get the protraction, retraction, protraction action. Retraction, protraction. That's what we're going for. Okay, so instead of dropping the belly and lifting the belly, we're going to try it in the chest. So please bring your knees down and your hands down. Separate your fingers, wrists are under the shoulders. You can give yourself a little more space by taking your knees back a little further today if you'd like. We're going to drop the chest, just the chest, and then lift the chest. Drop the chest, exhale, lift the chest. Exhale, arms stay straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Try not to get an excessive curve in the low back. Keep your belly in. Exhale. Inhale. So the shoulder blades are becoming wider as you're lifting up, squeezing towards the center line as you're lowering your chest. Inhale. Keep going. 1 more minute. Exhaling and inhaling. Slow or fast, up to you. You'll build some heat. Try not to let it be in the belly. If you get tired, stop and breathe. Good. And rest by bringing your hands behind you, sitting on your heels if you can. Extend your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and lift your chest. So I know it feels funny, but you're still getting a nice stretch here, but your hands are in the position of squeezing the shoulder blades towards the spine still, so it doesn't feel like a counter pose. It gives you some relief. You can also find, I often find after just doing this amount of practice, that my chest can open a lot more than it could before, which makes wonderful facility in warrior poses, a lot of the asanas in Hatha yoga practice. All right, we're going to try one more. This is kind of turning up the heat a little bit, so if it gets too hot, go back to the table pose. So we're going to bring our knees back a little bit more and cross the ankles. And this time we're going to bend the elbows and straighten the elbows. We're going to bend the arms and straighten the arms. I want you to watch out for excessive low curve, or watch out for your shoulders tipping forwards. We don't want them to tip forward. We want to keep the shoulders on the back. So let's do a little pressing back down of the shoulders so that the shoulders don't get too rounded. And we're going to bend the elbows, hugging them into the side body, and then lift, straighten the elbows. Good. 4 more. Bend the elbows, look forward, lift, pull your belly in, bend, lift. Try 3 more. Bend, lift. Keep trying to lower the shoulders down the back. Put some weight in your pinky. Up. 1 more. Bend. Ooh, good. Child's pose. Hands back towards the feet. Feeling excellent through our upper body right now. But definitely deserving of a child's pose. Take 2 more breaths in your child's pose, and we'll get working on some abdominal strengtheners. And for these, you're going to want to come, if you have a tailbone that sticks out, so if you haven't already come out of your child's pose, it's time now. If you have a tailbone that sticks out excessively, you might want to sit on a blanket for the next practices, and definitely have your block handy. We're going to try to remember to engage our backs, our upper backs, while we're in core strengthening postures, which is excellent for a lot of Hatha yoga poses. Sometimes we compensate one for the other. So we're going to bring the knees in and place the block close to the groin. Ooh. And then hold on to the legs, but keep your back down. Keep your shoulder blades, down. Bring the arms into now that U shape. Good. Turn the pinkies in towards the head and then open them out. Good. Turn the pinkies in. Squeeze your block. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. In. Good. And out. Good. Now turn them in, palms facing back. Keep the elbows high. See if you can stay 4 more breaths. Just keep squeezing the block. Peaceful mind. 1 more breath. And release. Ah, how did that feel? Did you get really round in the back? Were you able to keep tall and keep your shoulders down in place? Should we try one more time? Bring the legs in. I heard this pose called cosmic egg. It certainly feels cosmic when you add the arms. All right, so you can keep holding on here and just lowering the shoulder blades. That's option 1, okay? Or if you want to give it a little more oomph today, bring your arms out and stay tall through the spine. Good. Turn the palms back. So you really are hugging your upper back. Breathe deep. Keep squeezing the block to engage your transverse abdominis, low abdominal muscles like a girdle. Keep squeezing the upper thighs. 1 more breath. And release. Now take your legs for a little further forward. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, twist to the right. Heels on the floor. Squeeze the block. So this is like in Warrior 2. In Warrior 2, our palms are turned down, and that tends to roll the shoulders forward. What if we turn the palms up and back? Do you feel the bottom of your scapula tickling your back? Keep your abdomen strong, looking right. One more breath. You're doing great. Inhale, come back to the center, lift up high. Exhale, twist left. Turn the palms up, pinkies up. Lower the shoulders down the back. One more breath. Good. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, lower. And let's take a mini rest. Important. Lay down and rest. Feel the shoulders still hugging the upper back, very happy to be in their rightful place. Not bothering the neck. And when movement is asked of the shoulders or weight is put into the shoulders, you're not relying on the rotator cuff muscles, they're very tiny. We're instead shifting the weight back into the upper back where it should be. Two more breaths. One more breath. Now bend the knees and roll to your side and come up to all fours one more time. We're going to add again core with upper back, and then we'll come to some standing postures. So bringing the hands down under the shoulders if you can, knees under the hips, spinal balancing. Lift the right leg back. Good. Really try to straighten the leg. Now pull up the belly as you lower the shoulders. Pulling it up. See if you can lift the left arm. If your shoulder feels funny, you can open the palm. Opening the shoulder, that'll help you even open your right shoulder. Roll your right, try to turn your inner elbow of your right arm forward. That'll keep your shoulders open. Watch the belly. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Now, keeping your palm up of your left hand, see if you can open to the side and take your right arm to the right leg to the side. Ooh. So everything wants to compensate, right? Shoulders want to rise to ears, belly wants to drop. Try to keep the belly in, shoulders down. Good, 1 more breath. And take it back and release, child's pose, hands back to the feet. I'm sure if you thought there was this much work involved in your Hatha practice today, you might have stayed in bed with tea. All right, let's come back to the other side now. So we're going to stretch the left leg back. And immediately everything starts to compensate from the bottom to the top. My belly drops, my shoulders get high. So I'm going to pull in the belly, flattening out the back as much as possible. And lift the left leg, find that connection first. Really squeeze the leg, push through the heel. It's easier to feel what's going on, I find, when I push through my heel. And then I'm going to pull in the belly, reach the right arm forward. I'm going to open the right palm. Turn the left inner elbow forward as much as you can. Some will turn a little more than others. Keep the reach, keep the stability. Keep reaching out through your heel and your right fingers while trying to keep the shoulders on the back, not lifting towards the ears. One more breath. Now take the right arm to the right, palm still facing up. Left toes turn towards the front of your mat. Lift your belly. What's compensating now? Everything on me wants to fall apart. One more breath. Great, and release, child's pose, hands back. Walk your hands back further so your shoulders don't rise to the ears. And then lifting the head, removing the blanket from underneath you, we'll come to standing postures. Hands down, step your right foot forward, left foot forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, come up with a nice straight spine and open the body. I hope you feel good and strong in your upper body. Our first posture is, no surprise, warrior two. So we're going to bend the knees a little bit, softening them. Take a giant step back with your left foot. So find your position where your front heel is more or less in alignment with the arch of the back foot. Some of us have tight hips and we have to manipulate the back foot a little bit. So as a lot of people reach our arms out, this is often what happens. So let's try to pull in the ribs. Got our legs activated for sure. And extend the arms out. And we're going to turn the palms up. And as you turn your palms up, did your ribs jut forward? Can you pull them back in? Good. So now what we've done is we've engaged along this axial line, the muscles, engage the upper back, engaging the core. Let's turn our head to the right now and see if we can keep that feeling of the scapula hugging the back as we turn our palms down. See if you can feel it. If you can feel it, if you lose it, no problem. You've got your hands there to turn the palms up again. You can even turn the palms back and really, really turn on that feeling. Good. You can play with it a little bit forward and back if you'd like, or just maintain the palms down if you really feel the bottom of your shoulder blades touching your back. Kind of digging in a bit. It's giving you a nice broad clavicles. 3 more slow breaths. And again, if you lose it, you just turn it up, turn the palms back. 1 more breath. Inhale, straighten the legs. Let's try the other side. So facing the long side of your mat, turn the left toes forward, bend the knee, make sure your knee is tracking in the same direction as your toes. Open the right hip. Left heel more or less in alignment with the right arch. Find everything open, not ribcage jutting forward. So ribs in, long side body, extend the arms. As you extended, did everything rise? And as you lowered, were you able to keep the abdomen in? Let's turn the palms up. There's my scapula again. Now turn the chin to the left arm and beyond. Now even try to turn your palms back without letting your ribs come forward. Turn the palms back, thumbs down. Thumbs down, thumbs down. Keep ribs in, keep ribs in. Keep side body long. Breathe. Gosh, there's a lot to do. And turn palms up again and then down. Now either maintain them down. We have 8 breaths here, or play with forward, or I should say up and back, while maintaining the ribs, the integrity of the ribs. Don't let them jut. 5 more breaths. Keep your legs strong. Good work. All right, one more breath. And come back to neutral. Both legs are straight. We're going to bring our heels in and toes out, bending the knees along the line or the direction of the toes. Big goddess pose here. Goddess pose, it's easy to stick our butts out and pull the ribs forward. Let's even get a little bit straighter spine than that. If you need a rest, straighten the legs, then come back into your bend again. That's okay. We're going to work on that relationship again between upper body and lower body. So let's try to lift the arms into the U. Good. Pull the chin in. Often the chin will want to go forward as the bottom sticks out to find balance. See if you can just slowly find some length through the side body and lower the shoulders down the back. Let's take a twist to the right. Exhale. Inhale back to the center. Exhale left. Inhale, maybe that for the next one, let's try turning our palms back, lowering the shoulders. Twist right. Inhale, center. Twist left. Inhale, center, and release. How did that feel? I hope it was wonderful. The wonderful benefit of practicing this upper back engagement is that in postures like Warrior 2, our shoulders stay on our back. Also, we can feel that in Trikonasana. So let's give that a try. Grab your block, please. Take it in your right hand. And the right heel is in alignment with the arch of the back foot. Extend the arms. Look right. Now, even as I said that, and you're holding this, did everything start to roll forward? Can you keep your extension of your spine? Swing hips left, reach arm right, hand comes down. Stay on your block today. Lift your left arm, or you can take your hand down. If you feel your shoulders rolling forward, your right shoulder rolls forward, turn your right palm back. And turn your left palm back, inward and back there. So your palm was facing forward, turn it back. So your thumb is now trying to face your heel. Open, open, open. Reach your left arm back. Come back to the center. Now turn it in the other way and feel that rolling into the shoulder. That's Yak Asana. Now let's try the Yam Asana again. Roll both shoulders back. Lift. So this is what is called effortless effort. Shoulders are maintained on the back because your upper back is so wonderfully strong now. Bend the right knee, so it's a little shorter. Trikonasana. Take your block in your other hand. Left foot turns out. Extend the arms. What happens when you extended the arms? Did you jut? Keep it in. Swing your hips right and reach long. Now, be aware of your shoulders. What's going on? Bring the hand down and lift the right arm high. It's very common that right shoulders will fold forward here. So you can turn the palm back, lifting. Press down firmly on the left arm if you're on the left hand if you're using it, or let go and open through your left palm too. Trying to turn the palm back, but watch your ribs. A little more effort's going on here. I'm not saying we have to do this every time, but it's a nice way to train the upper back. To keep holding on and not allow our shoulders to roll forward in these postures. Last breath. All right, bend the left knee coming out. Ooh, I'm feeling very strong. How about you? Ready for some sidearm balance? All right, let's step to the front. Removing your block to the side. Inhale, take a great big stretch up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, stretch it out, straighten the legs a little. Let your arms dangle, shake your head, soften your tongue. All right, lifting the head, inhale. Exhale, walk your feet back and lower the knees. And we're going to come all the way down to the floor. And we're going to turn to our side. So bend your right elbow. Make sure your elbow is right under your shoulder. Forearm is on the floor. Lifting away from the floor. Pulling in the ribs, lowering the shoulder down the back. Now, if your shoulder wants to roll forward, your right one, what could you do? You could turn your palm up, placing the back side of the hand on the floor. Right? Find that. Now we're going to get a little tricky here. We're going to lift the left leg, a little or a lot. So we've added another action, which could cause a chain reaction or some compensation to go on. Keep the lift. Maybe you can reach for the foot and find balance. Keep pushing away from the floor. Look up to the sky. Keep finding the connection between the lower part of your scapula, your right shoulder blade, and your back. And release. Great. Downward facing dog. The right side feels very turned on now, perhaps. The right upper back feels very engaged. Let's take your left foot over to your right and roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Now lower. What you could do here is you could also turn your hand back a little bit to give you a little bit more space in the shoulder. And that'll really turn on the upper back, right? Turn your gaze up. I'm not saying that that's the right way forever. We do eventually want to get to the point where our hand is facing completely forward. Just to feel that opening, it's a nice way to explore that. Good, and bring it down. Let's try the other side. I'll turn the other way so I can still face you. So left forearm is facing, the edge of it's facing the side of your mat, probably the back of your mat now. And we're going to lift up. Don't allow the shoulder to roll forward. Roll it back and turn the palm up and lift. This is a nice balance. Also sidearm balance, excellent balance pose. But if the shoulders are rolling forward, you're just going to get pain in the rotator cuffs, weakness in the upper back. Your belly will roll forward, ribs come out of place. Good. Now, while your palm is facing up, see if you can lift your right leg. Good. Maybe you can reach for the toe. Can you turn your gaze up? Don't allow yourself to sink. Lift your left rib from the floor. Keep lifting. Ribs are tucked in, pulled in towards one another. Keep them in. And release, downward facing dog. All right, ready? Step right foot over to the left. Roll to the outer edge. If you need a little more opening, open through your left hand, pull the shoulder blade on the back and down and open. Maybe you find that you're so open that you could lift a foot. When you lift the foot, what you find is you really start to turn the left inner elbow towards the end of the mat. Really externally rotate the shoulder. So all of the weight starts to go into your lats, your giant muscles of your back, and the serratus. And release, downward facing dog. Lower the knees, child's pose. I'll come back towards the front of my mat. Child's pose. One more breath. Inhale, lift. Another great series of asanas that can benefit from your upper back strength and your shoulders being on your back are back bends. So we're going to explore those a little now too. So go ahead and sit down and bring your legs in front of you and have your block handy. We're going to take the block right between the thighs, not the knee. Squeeze the thighs. Reach for your heels. And maybe you reach them, sometimes we don't, sometimes the proportions aren't right, we don't quite reach the heels, that's okay. We get close, feet are no wider than the hips. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, roll your shoulders down your back. So pull the shoulder blades together, squeeze your rhomboid muscles, as I mentioned earlier, I showed them to you, right between the shoulder blades. Squeeze them together and drop them down the back. On the inhale, squeezing your block, lift your bottom. Good. And exhale. So how would this feel if your shoulders were rising to your ears? Yakasana, right? Not very fun. Inhale, use your feet, use your pada bandha. You've got energy lock in your feet. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Squeeze the block. Exhale. Try not to squeeze your glutes. Instead, use your inner thighs more. 1 more. Inhale. Now stay. So oftentimes in Hatha yoga practices, we'll be asked to interlace our fingers and pull our shoulder blades together. You might find that very easy to do today, or easier at least than it was in the past. Keep squeezing the block. Soften the glutes. Lift your heels if you need. Bring them back down again to remind the glutes to let go. Three more breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Now release your hands and slowly stretch your bottom towards your heels, lengthening the low back. Remove your block. Take a hold of your knees, lifting your feet off the floor, and exhale, pull the knees in just to relax the low back. Inhale, release. Exhale, bring them in. Inhale, release. Exhale in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring your knees just above your hips. Extend your arms out. We have a little inversion work to do. Stretch the legs high. Heels come up. Now find the space where your low back is starting to lengthen. So extend your tailbone towards the end of your mat. Certainly we all have our natural curves. I'm not asking you to make your low back flat, right? Just try to get a little length there. Extending the arms out to either side. Exhale, try to bring your legs, you're gonna roll onto your right hip, all the way over to the right. This is a classic Hatha practice. Inhale to the center. Exhale. All the way over to the left. Inhale, center. Now try turning your palms up so your shoulders are flat on your back. Over to the right. You might find it a little easier. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, because all of a sudden that connection between the bottom of the shoulders and your obliques turned on. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Try to keep your legs straight. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. If you're having trouble, you can use your block between your thighs. Exhale. Squeeze the block. Turns on the low belly. Exhale. Inhale. Try one more minute. If you get tired, rest in the middle. Pressing your heels up to really feel the energy. Palms are facing up. Thumb and pinky are active. Now we'll all meet in the middle. Heels rise, shoulders drop. Chin comes in towards the throat. Bend your knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the legs. Lifting your head to the knees. Breathe in deeply. Hold the inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release everything to the floor. Lift your head a little to bring the chin in towards the throat. Lower the shoulders down the back by lifting your upper back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Then your front shoulders can rest open. Your clavicles can broaden. Lift your bottom a little, tucking the tail underneath you or lengthening the tailbone. And for the rest of the day, your upper back is going to feel amazing. And you've learned some tools to turn on that amazing feeling whenever you want in your Hatha yoga practice, being well aware of your core as well and how they connect. Rest in the knowledge that you've strengthened and opened and made your body more knowledgeable for your Hatha yoga practice. Shavasana, sweet Shavasana. Let's practice a little pranayama, the same one that we did at the beginning. Inhale, left nostril, no hands. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale right. And exhale left. And allow your body to become soft and light. Soft and light. Allow your body to be so light it could float off the floor. The arms are light, legs, hips. Where would you float? Float off the floor, out of any room you might be in. And then slowly start to stretch the body. We'll have a little relaxing stretch at the end of our Shavasana today. Stretch the body. Bend the knees in towards the chest. And roll to your left side. And then come up. Arms are going to be relaxed. Chin is relaxed, just to make sure we didn't get any tension in the neck. Lower the chin towards your throat. And take circles to the right. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling, circling. Inhale. Exhale. One more in this direction. Inhale up. And exhale. And change direction. Inhale. And exhale. I actually find that the work on the upper back really helps in the joints and that we don't get compression in our neck. This will help take any lingering tension out. And then come back to the sternum, lifting the head. Take your left hand down towards the floor, right ear to right shoulder, and then take the right hand up and place it on the outside of the left ear. Just place it, lower your shoulder. We know how to do that now. Very, very well. Lowering the right shoulder, lowering the left shoulder, keeping the spine tall. Getting a nice stretch through your neck. And then release the right hand, come back to neutral. Take left shoulder down to left ear. Reach the left arm up, right hand walks away. Left hand to right ear. Don't pull on it, just feel the weight. Pull in your ribs, see how you did. Lower your shoulder blades down your back. And release the hand and come back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands to your heart center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Wishing great peace through the torso, the back, upper back, lower belly, whole complex that is very much connected as we explore today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It's been an honor to lead your practice. Thank you. Om Shanti.